Hey, what's going on guys, welcome back. So I was playing 𝗡𝗏𝗜𝗏 𝗏 and Final Fantasy 16 where I faces multiple issues with Nvidia new release drivers, and the issues were black screen, freezes, and in worst case scenarios total PC crash with GPU fans 100% until I turn my system off manually and restarts. Sometimes the issue pops up while I am recording using OBS Studio, but most of the time the issue only occurs when I am playing and recording along with the gameplay. And in my previous video I shared the news with you guys about the RTX 50 series GPU being the one with black screen crash and freeze issue, and some 40 series GPU, but it's way worse and affecting all the way up to 20 series GPUs. But Nvidia did release the hotfix for only RTX 50 series and completely ignoring the other series GPU including the 20, 30 and 40 series. And why did they do it? Nobody knows, but ignoring the other class GPUs is not a good idea. Here we have the news that Nvidia starting from 572.xx and onwards is reportedly causing serious problems for RTX 40 series owners, crashing, black screen and freezing, but they did not mention the RTX 30 series GPU at all, or they did not get more of the complaints from the 30 series owner. Well, I am one of the 30 series owner, to be specific 3070, and I am facing the same issue with these new drivers, and there is no news about 30 series affected by these new drivers. So the news reports that several reports emerged detailing how GPU drivers 572.xx and onwards has been messing up the RTX 40 series based systems. Nvidia has almost left the RTX 40 series GPU in the dark when it comes to bug fixes. It's usual for companies to focus on newer products, and while the RTX 50 series wasn't immune to the issues like blue screens of death, the RTX 40 series was doing fairly well with previous GPU drivers until Nvidia releases the RTX 50 compatible drivers that started to introduce the complex issue with the RTX 40 series GPUs. Again, there is no sign of mentioning the 30 series GPU, that they are being affected by these new drivers as well. According to one Reddit user, 𝗡𝗏𝗜𝗏1992 explains his personal experience with the newer drivers 572.xx, but has listed several such reports that overlap each other with some common bugs. These include issues like hard system crash, black screen and even display issue, which were rare in the pre-572 drivers. And also he said, quote, "This is getting ridiculous. It has been several months now and this issue still has not been fixed. So far I can tell it started with the 572 driver, spending $500 Australian on the graphics card and then having it not properly working within the 1 year or be locked out of certain games because I'm not using the latest driver is unacceptable. Rolling back to the 566.36 driver fixes the issue for me, but then I am locked out of certain games, for example Half-Life 2 RTX and newer features, which will become worse over time." These new Nvidia drivers 572 and onwards were released for RTX 5090 and 5080, and a lot of new features were introduced with the launch of the RTX 50 series, including DLSS 4 multi-frame generation and DLSS override. But it's also a mixture of various factors that have to be investigated. And another user states that Cyberpunk 2077 on his RTX 4080 crashed right away when it started, and it only get fixed with pre-572 drivers. Another user with 4090 said that he encountered the several issues like black screen, freezes and monitor not being able to turn on at all. He too fixed it with the older version of driver 566, and Nvidia is ignoring these bug requests as I said earlier, and 30 series is not even included in this news at all, which have been actively reported by users since end of the January. It only tried to fix the black screen of death on RTX 50 series system, and that too was fixed after several weeks. Many RTX 40 owners have been forced to roll back to previous drivers, but that also taken away from the perk of the latest drivers, including the transformer model DLSS 4, updated reconstructions and newly added games to the DLSS supported game list. And guys, after reading and research, I intend to do the same and install the previous 5066 or older driver to see if my problem solves for me, especially the titles I am playing right now. Next up today is ARM Accuracy Super Resolution and FSR2 based upscaling announced. Unreal Engine and Unity plugins are planned, and ASR plugin will be released by the end of 2025. And ARM ASR Accuracy Super Resolution is not to be confused with the Qualcomm's GSR, that is Game Super Resolution, is now a new upscaling technology for low power devices. And ASR was announced at GDC 2025 and will soon be available as easy to integrate plugins. ARM is set to release ASR plugins for Unreal Engine and Unity, the leading engines for modern mobile games. And the GDC Game Developer Conference, which was held last week almost simultaneously with the Nvidia's GTC, that is Graphics Technology Conference, is one of the leading technology and graphics related topics. While GTC is Nvidia's event where third parties may announce product using the Nvidia technologies, and GDC focuses more on the software and new technologies that will power future gamings. Among the announcement was ASR, a novel upscaling technology based on AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2, similar to GSR, except the latter uses FSR1, which offers lower quality than the ASR. And one should note, however, the updated GSR2 uses a new temporal based upscaling technique. And here is a demo video, as you can see. So ARM claims that their ASR technology can yield up to 53% higher FPS while using the 𝗡𝗩𝗜𝗄𝗏 G720 GPU. More importantly, it enables a 20% power saving, which for such devices would be a primary goal over performance increase. And the benefit of ASR that it will be the open source, allowing game developers to modify the code to their need. More importantly, since the ARM based technology, it should be supported a wide range of smartphones and laptops powered by Qualcomm SoCs. Last up today is that MSI again teases GeForce RTX 5090 with 24GB memory, as we can see in this image. They indeed printed 24GB GDDR7, but it's most probably a mistake. But it turns out that MSI neither taken the video down nor explained the mistake. Obviously, for someone who has never heard of RTX 5080, seeing 24GB on a box may seem misleading, given that Nvidia never announced such a GPU. Luckily, this packaging was never used for the actual product. Well, MSI has not explained the mistake in the original video. However, they actually listed the same RTX 5080 card again with the same presumed mistake. As we can see here in this image, here MSI indeed mentioned the 24GB variant of the GPU, and it's most probably a mistake. As I checked it myself, and the 24GB variant of the GPU is no further showing. That shows that it was a mistake indeed, but it is very likely that Nvidia will upgrade its RTX 5080 to 24GB as soon as 5080 Super or Ti variants drop, as Nvidia reaches mid product cycle. The 3GB GDDR7 memory, which would be required for such a GPU configuration, is already used by mobile GPUs like the RTX 5090 laptop GPU. And with that being said, that will be all for now, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.